Hello friends, how you all doing? Hope you all had a great week. Welcome to the 11th episode of #NoFilter. I hope you guys have checked the past 10 episodes as well. There's a great, amazing content in there. It's so many special people. So please do check out the first 10 episodes as well. Today again I have a very important topic to be chatted out on, that is coping with the random changes in life. I understand we go through a lot of changes in every phase of our life, but what to do when those changes happen randomly that we don't even have time to sit down and analyze? Well, today my very special friend Mrs. Leah Elsa Justin is with me. She's a very special friend of mine. She's pleasantly amazing and her wisdom is very helpful. So as me and Leah chat this important topic out, please stay tuned. Hi Leah.
Hello Monica.
How are you?
I'm good by God's grace. How are you?
I'm good. I'm really thrilled to talk to you. I understand you're a very busy lady because you're a recent mom, so you have a little one to take care of, but you squeeze some time in to have this chat. I'm really grateful for that.
Okay, I'm so excited to talk with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So, today's topic is coping with the random changes that happen in life.
Okay.
So, if I understand the title looks a little complicated, but I'll first like to introduce the topic. What it means is, I understand in life sometimes there are some changes that we cannot avoid. So and a lot of times these changes do happen very fast, random, and unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we cope or how do we adapt? That is what we are going to discuss today.
Okay.
So my very first question is, have you ever faced random changes in your life at any phase?
Yeah. Very tough question actually.
Okay.
Now I am a mother. Before, like I was a wife. For my father, I was a daughter. Now also I'm a daughter. But all this I was changing randomly. I was changing.
Okay.
One phase, like it was very difficult for me first, and later I thank God. Like later everything was okay, and I think this random changes is a part of our life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I may ask, how many of these changes that happened in your life had been expected? And how many were unexpected?
Oh, it's uncountable. I don't know. That much scenarios came in my life.
So I mean, when it comes, so my question was, how many of them were? What were more, the expected or the unexpected changes? What changes were more?
I think both are like equal.
Okay, equally.
My life, equally, balancing.
Okay.
Yeah, expected things at present moment for everyone, expect what all expected, it's not happening, right? And we planned so many things, and now what's happening is totally unexpected. Same like me. Everyone, all are facing the same situation.
Okay, so changes we understand. I mean, to some extent we prepare our minds, but either they're expected or unexpected. So what happens when? I mean, how do you cope with the changes when they come very randomly, that you cannot even analyze anything, but they're happening very random. So how do you cope at that point in your life?
Okay. See, first we can talk about expected things happening in my life. Like, as everybody, like, expected things happening, we all will be so happy, right?
Yes.
And the same for me also. I'll be so happy. Whatever has expected things happening in life, I'll be so happy. I'll be sharing with all my family, whatever happens, whatever it is. And my heart will be full of joy. And I thank God, and that's all. I'll be so happy. Expected things are very good.
Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, when that happens at a random pace, as in, I mean, you don't. First thing is that change is coming. So definitely, change is something that we are not used to. That is why it is called a change.
Yes.
So when it happens at a random pace, where like, okay, then here comes a change, then another change, then another change. So a lot of things happening very randomly that you don't even have the time to sit down and analyze what is happening. But the only choice you have is to just move forward in the changes that are happening. So how do you cope with that kind of phase or that kind of situation in your life?
Okay. I think when unexpected things happen, it's very different. Like, the story itself very difficult to manage. And I will be so anxious. I'll be so tense, depressed. I don't know what to do that time.
Okay.
And I think for my case, I just want to share that time to someone.
Okay.
Someone means to support me in my tough times. I'll share to them that time. And later, I think I'll accept that fact.
Okay.
Like, whatever happened that time in my life. And that's all. Like, yeah.
Okay. So, as you said that especially when we don't even have the time to analyze or understand completely, when changes are happening around our lives, it is good for us to take the support from the people around us, who are our well-wishers, who can actually guide us right.
Yes, exactly.
That's really a wonderful thing, Leah. So my next question is, you spoke that, yes, we will be happy when there are changes that are expected. Even though they might be random, but if they're expected, most times we enjoy the joyful, blissful mode.
Yeah.
But if I can take a scenario of a negative, unexpected random negative expected random changes. So how do you cope with that kind of a situation?
Negative expected.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes we conclude in our minds, isn't it okay? I have to accept the fact this is going to happen like this, or the situation might not get better, and somehow these kind of thoughts creep into our heads at some point or the other. It's because we all have minds, and mind have thoughts, and the thoughts will prepare our minds in different manner. So when you understand expected negative changes, I mean, I understand changes happening that are expected but are negative. We can understand, okay, when they're coming in a slow pace. But how do you cope when they're coming very fast? You understand, okay, I already thought about it that this might happen in a negative way. But when it happens in a slow pace, that's fine. But how do you cope when these kind of expected negative changes are coming very fast and very random? What do you do then, or how do you react at that point, or what runs in your head?
I think it's very difficult. That time we don't know what to do actually, where to go, and with whom to share. First of all, our mind will be totally blank.
Yeah.
And I don't know, we'll be so angry sometimes. I'll be so angry, and I don't want to talk to anyone. First of all, maybe like that times also came. Don't know what to do. And later I'll be thinking, okay, let me share with someone, and I will talk to someone, and later it will be fine. And above all, some kind of fear will be there, always in our heart, what's happening, and is everything is okay? I'm ready for this. There's so many thoughts, so many questions. Yeah, it's very difficult actually. And thank God, all this happening, and finally it will come out a proper way also. That's a very good part of random changes.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Yeah, I mean, I understand. Even most of us go through this silent, angry, frustrated, annoyed phase.
Yes.
That even people are scared to talk to us. Like when they look at us, okay, let me not go, let me not touch her or him, because this time they might blast like a nuclear bomb.
Yeah, we don't want a comfortable talk maybe sometimes.
Yes.
Mostly we all are like that, I guess.
Yes, and what you said is true. I mean, sometimes we might not be prepared right away to share with somebody, because at that point, as you said, when we are blank, we don't know what to say first.
Yes.
We don't know what is happening first. We don't know if we are sad, or if we are depressed, or if we are angry, or if we are fearful, because there's a lot of surge of emotions that are happening at one point.
Yeah.
So it's, as you said, it's good to take some time for ourselves. And eventually going to someone who can actually guide us, because we all have those kind of friends or family members or someone whom we can trust to guide us. Or sometimes, I mean, if sometimes they might not offer some suggestion, but even speaking it out might actually help us, because it is good to know that somebody is there for us to share our burdens. That's wonderful, yeah. I think I'm talking so much. So let me go to the next question. So what, since I asked the question, I'll start from it. What are the positive and the negative effects that happened in your life because of these random changes? If you can mention some.
Okay. Let me talk about positive things first.
Okay.
If expected things are happening, it's very good, right? So we'll be so happy, and it's normal. Whatever things we are planning, according to that, it's moving. Life is very smoothly, calmly going on, and it's fine. But the other part, negative things, negative effects are very badly affect to our life. Mentally, physically, we'll be so weak actually. We'll be so stressed, and it will affect our whole body, I think. And we don't feel to eat, we don't feel to sleep, and it's a very difficult time. That time,
Okay.
I think it's not that good. Yeah.
Okay. So if I can summarize what you said, that especially the negative random phase is the time where people around should support us.
Yes.
Because as you said, there is a lot of sadness in our heart, and when nobody wants to do anything with us or understand us, it multiplies the grief, it multiplies the pain, and it becomes more hurtful than the original thing that we are suffering with. So that's really amazing, Leah. So my next question is, who helped you, or what actually helped you to adapt into these changes, these random changes in your life?
Okay. That's a good question. Actually saying, I think in my case, when unexpected things happen, I'll be more stronger. Like that, I felt like that.
Okay.
Like I will be more closer to God that time.
Okay.
And I'll be talking to some kind of. It's a strong relationship that time with God, and we are growing more stronger.
Wow.
And more intimate, and more spiritually I am so satisfied that time. I think unexpected things happen that time. I am more strong.
Okay, wow.
I feel like that, yes.
So God is the one who helps.
Yes, Almighty God, only God, Jesus Christ.
Wow, wonderful, yeah. So that's a pearl of wisdom there, that only Jesus can help us adapt into that. Praise God. I what you said had reminded of what I just read recently in an article. So the article was written by Ravi Zacharias. He's a great speaker. So what he said is that it is arrogant for man to think that God should not allow pain in any phase of our life, because as a man, how much do you know? Maybe even through those seemingly dark and tough situations, God can shape most of the beautiful part of our lives and shape us into a better human beings. Who know about that? So it is for our benefit to see even those tough and painful situations to be God wise, to be a manifestation of God's wisdom. Because even through painful times, God carries us in His loving arms, that we are never alone. So what you said has summarized what he said. So that's wonderful. Those unexpected tough situations is a time where we know God more closer, and even we become a better human being if we tend to see those kind of situations in the right perspective.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. So
and one more thing.
Yes.
And one more thing, I felt like God's love is always constant, right? We will be changing, and whatever it is. God's love is constant, and its Bible is written, Jesus Christ is same yesterday, today, and forever.
Wow, that is wonderful. Unchanging God and unchanging love. So even in the changing and randomly changing situations, God is rock solid and His love is solid for us. So thank you,
God's love never fails.
Amen. Thank you for throwing in that pearl of wisdom. We all need to hear that. So if I can playfully ask you some personal questions, I hope you won't mind.
Okay.
So in the beginning of our discussion, you have mentioned about 3 different phases of your life: being a daughter, being a wife, and now your transcendence into a mom. So let me ask you, what were those changes that you experienced while you were a daughter, and how easy was it, or how difficult was it to cope with those changes in that phase?
Oh my God. It's a drastic change.
Wow. Okay.
Being a daughter, I felt like I was so comfortable. Like for everything. Now also I'm having my parents. They are there with me all the time. But it's a little different. Like after marriage, being a wife, and our responsibility will be little bit changing, right? Not like before.
Wow. Yes.
And And being a mom, a little more responsibility will increase, right? And it's like it's going up. Like
wow. So you get more and more uncomfortable, but you love that discomfort, I suppose.
Yes. I'm enjoying that. I'm enjoying all the phases of my life. Thank God, I'm enjoying this, and it's beautiful. It's amazing, actually. My daughter is so I don't know. She's so loud and adorable daughter. I thank God for that. And without her, I can't imagine a life now. And
wow.
It's beautiful.
That's amazing. So for everyone who is listening to this and single out there, remember, you might lose your single comfortableness, but there is nothing like having that lovely discomfort of having that progression in your life into relationships. Thank you, Leah, for speaking that wonderful wisdom into this chat. So my last question is, what would you suggest or advise to someone who is actually going through a lot of changes in their lives and is puzzled or confused? So would you like to suggest anything to this kind of a person?
Okay. What to say? Many changes we are going through, right? Like at present also this coronavirus and what kind of we planned, it's not happening. We are so sad that all are like that. But one thing I have to say, let's deal with this change with three things. I felt personally. I felt like faith, trust, and hope in God. Only Almighty God we are having that.
Wow.
And just three things, just faith in God, just trust in Him and hope in Him.
Wow. Okay.
And make twice confident, everything, see God first.
Wow.
Keep Jesus first in everything. And our life is a gift from God, right? And He will take care of that. Don't worry, and enjoy your life. And may Christ have a confidence in every situation in our life.
Okay.
And I think everything will be fine. We don't want to worry about anything.
Wow, yeah, that is such a sweet, adorable advice that you gave us. It's so comforting. I'm comforted personally. That no wonder I love talking to you, Leah, because you are that kind of a sweet, pleasant friend with whom you just love talking. But sadly, we have to end our podcast at some point. So here is our conclusion. Thank you so much, Leah, for joining me today. And indeed, this chat has been amazing. Thank you so much for coming. Actually, I am saying this again. Thank you so much for taking time, squeezing time in for this chat.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Manika. I'm so happy to talk with you for this topic. And it's so important to all of us, right? So I'm sad sometimes.
Absolutely. And hearing from you, it is the best thing. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you, Manika.
Yes, Leah. Bye.
Okay, bye.
So friends, #NoFilter winds up this week with the beautiful suggestion and advice that has been given by Mrs. Leah Elsa Justin. 3 things to focus on that can never change: faith, trust, and hope. As random and shaky and uncertain the world seems, God remains unshakable. God's love remains solid. He's the same yesterday, today, and forever. So with God being our foundation and having our trust on Him, putting our faith and hope upon Him, it helps us to walk ahead without being fearful. So let us continue on this amazing journey of life with the companionship of Jesus, because He knows what lies ahead and He is well able to carry us through through every random, difficult, every kind of situation. I'll come to you guys next week with another important topic. Till then, have a blessed week. God bless. Shalom.